Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Movies and Models. I'm your boy Hollywood KP. Always joining me in the building. We got my guy B Moore. How you doing, good sir?
I'm good.
Great. And we got some special guests joining us. We got Amberlyn in the building. My homegirl who just moved here from Chicago, Naomi, and the special, the talented, the one and only. She is brilliant. She is phenomenal in front of a camera. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabrielle Nevaeh is in the building.
Hey, thank you for having me. Hi,
I feel like we need like applause sound effects.
We do every time right there. I gotta make my own sometimes. What's up, y'all? How's everybody Thursday so far?
Good. Yeah, it's been blessed. No complaints.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Nay,
yeah,
good.
thank you.
Amber, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Good.
Yes.
Good. We are big here on movies. Do you all watch movies and TV shows? I mean, you're in the industry. I gotta assume.
I'm a couch potato.
Okay.
You know.
Everybody in the industry is in a connoisseur of movies.
And you know what? I learned that too, because a lot of people that are in it, they don't even watch.
I was about
movies.
to say the same thing. Some of my friends that are actors, they don't even watch the shows that they're on.
They don't even watch it. I've heard that.
That could be a little cringe.
Yeah.
You think so? Do you watch everything you're on?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I like the accomplishment. Like, it's a feeling of like, if it's done, it's finished, and like, that was fun. Yeah. You know? But some things I'm definitely like, ooh, I saw it once, I lived it. Okay, we don't need to rewatch that again.
Dang, like what?
Like what?
You don't call them out, blast them out real quick.
I've been dumped like on all kinds of things. Like I've had beans dumped on me. I've had like milkshake and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I recall those.
I don't really need to rewatch
Different
that.
segments.
You know, like that type of thing. Yeah, trauma for sure.
She's like, I need to relive that.
Nah.
What's the last thing you all seen in theaters?
Ooh, in
Bad
theaters.
Oh, that one.
It was
Bad Boys for her.
Yeah.
Bad Boys, great movie. That was Bentley said that last week too. Bad Boys.
Honestly, this is so embarrassing, but it might have been Barbie or Cocaine Bear.
It's not too bad. Everybody saw Barbie.
Everybody saw Barbie, but that was
I
2 years ago.
But okay,
that was
but like
last year.
streaming is an accessible source. You can't say like. I'm sure Barbie wasn't the last movie you've seen in general.
No, oh my God. No.
Okay, so like I can give you that.
Yeah,
Was
but
it good?
the last time you went to
Yeah.
the theaters was 2 years ago. That's a little. I mean,
I feel like a bad sister because like Matthew worked on Twister and I haven't seen it.
which was a great movie.
Oh, yeah, that's
Her
where
brother.
that's where we met you at.
Yeah.
Twister was solid. Twister was a
And
solid
everyone was
movie
like,
with great
you gotta
special
go see it. You
effects.
gotta go see it. I was like, oh, I really do.
You really do. Yeah, it'll be a streaming in probably about 2 more weeks, I think. What's the last movie
so
you seen in
time.
theaters?
Probably Twisters. That was the last one.
That was the last?
But
Do you go
independently,
often? Yes.
Probably Bad Boys. The last Bad Boys.
That is Will Martin.
Yeah.
Y'all killing it. Okay. Yeah. What's y'all typical type of dramas? Like your favorite type of genres when it comes to TV, film, things of that magnitude? Gabby, what do you normally?
I love a wide array of cinema, but I'll say my favorite is probably something that when I watch it as an actor, it's challenging, right? Like I love films that are still. Killers of the Flower Moon, amazing.
Oh, wow.
That was one of my favorites.
That's deep.
I like drama, I like comedy, I like to laugh. I'd say my least favorite though, don't come at me, is probably action.
Oh, okay.
Because it's so special effects heavy. And that's just not my thing, like the explosions and whatnot, the choreography of the fight and all that stuff.
Really?
That's great, but
That's
I
the
like a
first
good
time.
story. You know what I mean?
Nice. I do too. But
Yeah,
Bad Boys did
Yeah.
have a lot of CGI this time.
Did it?
Yeah.
But I liked it because they had a good story.
Had a
like
good
there was
story.
a through line. It didn't feel like things were just exploding for no reason.
was
And
good
the
plot.
cinematography was dope. So you don't like John Wick?
He's all
There's
right.
not a lot of special effects in John. So
It's
dope
not a lot of
choreo.
explosion. It's just a lot of combat.
And it's a lot of
It's a
combat.
lot,
Story is you get the same story all the movies. You know what I mean? Nothing changes.
I mean, as long as it has a good through line, like what are we fighting for? Why is everybody angry? You know?
They killed my dog. Everybody has to
Don't
go.
kill
Right, yeah,
It's just a bang bang shoot 'em up, really. It's just a bang bang shoot 'em up. But it's one of the greatest bang bang shoot 'em ups.
I was about to say, you don't like John Wick?
No, I love John Wick, but it's in a genre that's not going to really satisfy you the way that she's like enjoys cinema.
Story and
Yeah.
gonna satisfy that need.
And I gotta
It's
think
like
about
for me, it's like a
story-driven-
guilty pleasure. It's just like I like he's gonna go in there and he's gonna fight some
and you
kicks
about
some
to
ass.
see him get whooped on. Yeah. I love John Wick. Okay, Nate, what's your favorite genre of film?
I do
TV?
love a good comedy. I love to laugh, just like Gabby does. But Lately I've been really into like horror movies and thrillers.
Yeah.
Mostly like the thrillers. I think when it comes to the paranormal, I'm like, I live alone now, so maybe not.
So what are you watching this horror, the thriller? Like what's
Let's see. Like I literally am so behind, so I just saw A Quiet Place.
Okay.
The first one?
The first one.
I was about to watch that last
Right.
night.
That's always the first one.
Don't.
Oh, the first Quiet Place.
Yeah, you
oh.
tripping. The first one is crazy.
But
Go ahead and catch up.
A friend of mine and I watched this this Spanish movie, and it was called like Voices or something.
Never heard of
And
that.
it was freaky. I mean, like I screamed,
Okay.
and I can't remember
Okay.
the last time I screamed.
Screaming at a movie that you watching at the crib is crazy.
No, I
Yes,
audibly
yes.
screamed and fully jumped out of my body. I was like,
Okay, it's not that scary.
no,
Yeah.
I
Voices, put it on the list.
Yeah, I'm
Honestly-
gonna remember this.
No, because I have a friend who was like, Hereditary was their favorite movie. And
Hereditary was great.
That's insane,
I'm
though.
sorry, but I thought it was so mid. Like, it was so predictable.
wow.
I felt like
It was predictable. You knew at the end of Hereditary what was going to happen.
I swear to you, I like could feel it coming every step of the way. There was no part
You
in which
sound
I
like
was
Brandon.
like,
That'd be pissing
there
me
was
off. I'm
no
like, that
part
was
in
no.
which I was like, oh my god, I like totally didn't see that coming. Like,
Did you see Hereditary?
No, I don't do like super scary horror movies. I don't do like the satanic like exorcism,
Too
that
scary?
type of thing. It doesn't
Energy.
resonate with my energy.
Energies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that's real. No, I don't.
I've
I
seen
don't
enough
mess with that.
paranormal myself in real life to be like, I'm cool on that. But that one for some reason didn't bother me because I'm like, no, it's so predictable. I
Yeah.
was like, you know what's gonna happen, so I wasn't pressed on it, and it didn't give me the jump scare that I wanted.
It wasn't a jump scary type of film. Amber, what do you go with most of the time?
I usually go with love stories or comedy. I don't really like something that get me roused up. Like, I just like, happy
Okay.
love story.
Okay. All
Love
right.
stories.
Love stories. They don't make too many. I mean, they do.
And
That's a lot. They
comedies,
make
too.
a lot of
I
rom
like
coms.
I like comedies, but I've been like going to school for acting, so like now I look at things to critique on movies. So I
Yeah.
try not to watch them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm like that. I'm sure we're very critical of film and things of that magnitude now. Since
I feel like we're a little bit more critical.
me or you,
Both of us.
we for sure are. I know you have to be.
I mean, for me, acting's like a sport. So when I see a good film or like I watch the Oscars or whatnot, that's like my Olympics.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of watch movies, and it's hard for me to watch movies with friends because they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Gabby about to say something." Like,
Yeah. That's
You're a movie
that's
talker,
you
us.
know, I'm 1000%
I'm a
movie
movie
talker.
talker. No, I
I
wanna
can't
talk
sit
the
through a
whole thing.
movie and like just be still. I must say something.
Yeah.
No, same.
But yeah, very critical.
We're very critical. It's tough to watch movies with me and Brandon because we're like, look, man, look at this shot. Look at the way
That's
this
why I
is.
was
Look at
telling
this
you,
act.
like, I
Look at this.
can predict what is going to
Oh,
happen.
God.
That's
So-
what I felt about Hereditary.
You
I'm
did
so
not
confused
even-
on
I'm
how
not
you
even-
don't. I'm so confused on how you don't.
I do. It depends
Like,
on the
bro,
movie.
we
Like
know.
some movies, because I like to get lost in the story. I'm a movie watcher. I want to transport into this world. I'm emotional.
Okay.
I'll cry. I'm happy, tears, sad. I want to take me there. So sometimes if I'm fully engulfed in it, I'm not paying attention enough as my criticism kind of self. I'm not. I'm lost in this world, and so sometimes I might miss it, and I'm like, oh, they got me.
Yeah.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that. They got me, which
They're
was
never getting me. I'm like, I knew that was about to happen.
okay.
But I still enjoy the movie, even though I can predict what's probably going to happen. I enjoy the way that they're going to take me there.
This started when we was watching Fallout. I don't know if you've seen Fallout the show yet.
I don't think so.
It's
No,
a
but
great
I've heard
show. It's a great show.
Yeah.
But Brandon swear up and down from the first episode he predicts how it's going to go to, and there's no way. Me and his sister argued about it. You just can't. The way it goes. Watch the first episode.
We'll have
to.
Get a chance. We won't get into
We'll have
it.
a follow-up.
Yes, please. But what we normally like to do here, y'all, we like to do trailer talk, okay? We like to watch some of the latest trailers going on right now, and we like to talk about them. Will we go see the movie? You think it's going to do well? What do what's your outtake on it? Do you watch trailers a lot, Nay? Of course you don't. I don't even know why I asked you.
That's wild.
All right,
I
of
like
course
that.
you don't. All right, Jay, what's our
I like to
first
be
one?
surprised. okay?
What do we have on the list, right?
Let's go. I want to go Saturday night first. I'm very excited about this, by the way, everybody. I'm a big Saturday Night Live fan. I'm excited about this.
That's the energy you will need going into New York. You're going to need to know all about a New York story like this.
I love it. I think that's excellent.
I feel like you already were a fan of Saturday Night Live. I mean, just from doing All That, which is a younger version of that.
I mean, SNL, of course. So when I was doing All That, I was very young for SNL, so I wasn't like an avid watcher, but I was aware of the show, and I was a fan of the sketches. Maya Rudolph was, my everything. That was where I got the Beyonce sketch from.
Phenomenal sketch.
Yeah, she was definitely an inspiration for that. But I think that film's gonna be great.
Absolutely.
It looks really well done. It looks like it's gonna tell an interesting story. I'll go see it.
Yeah,
I'm down.
The first episode of Saturday Night Live, before it goes on the air.
So just recap that story. This movie is about the making of the first episode of Saturday Night.
Yep. Before they even went all the way up until
the journey that it takes to do a live.
Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, Chevy Chase. Garrett
I think we'll go see it
Morris.
because of the nostalgia of it
for sure.
And what was that? What were you telling me about the other day? We were watching this show that was about them making a show.
Reboot.
It reminds me of Reboot.
Yeah. So this, and I'm a big Saturday Night Live fan. Nate, what do you think? Did you ever watch Saturday Night Live? Do you know any? You have to.
Dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Talk to the mic right here. Get in the mic.
I have watched Saturday Night Live. No, that was.
I gotta make sure.
Far. You took it too far.
I don't know.
No, I love Saturday Night Live. I think it's just as much as anyone that loves a good non-PC joke here and there.
Yeah.
But I mean, that looks good. I'm not even gonna lie. Like that looks just the chaos behind everything.
It has to be.
It's got to be good.
Like you said, a bunch of young 20-year-olds, first time
to make it and do something that can have a legacy. Which it inevitably did.
Yeah, it's still going. It's not the same.
It's not quite the same.
It's not the same right now.
But just telling the story of it gonna hit the same as just like watching a TV show.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because like
you said it's not.
I'm just asking a question.
Oh, what? Give me the question.
Will it hit watching them tell the documentary? It's like, you know what I'm saying, almost like a documentary of it.
I think it will hit. I think
1000% it'll hit because like the best stories are true.
Yeah.
And it goes to the testament of like, we have SNL now and it's been on for
ever
since
1975.
But how did it start? It started with a baby idea and if you think about the concept of SNL, it sounds insane.
Yeah.
Like
Wild.
there's no through line to the show. You're talking about real life events. You're going to offend someone.
Yes.
100%.
Whether it's funny or not. Like that's a huge gamble for NBC to take. So I think the authenticity of it is going to be a great story to tell.
Yeah.
For sure.
Have your sketches offended people?
Good question. Great question.
We had a few on All That never made it to air. That we fully shot, that we got all dressed up for, shot in front of an audience, and they watched it back and they were like,
too much.
Nah.
Not for us, yeah.
Was it like a celebrity, like do it off a celebrity person y'all were mocking, or just the situation was like, okay, this is
just went too far.
There were a couple where it was like celebrity impressions where they were like, maybe that would work on SNL, but definitely not for Nick. But, what can you do?
Well, your Beyonce one was great, and the homie Lex Lump, like, am I saying his last name right?
I think so. Yeah,
Lumpkin, he was great too. As his Denzel impression on Saturday Night, they were dope. Amber, Saturday Night, was you gonna watch that?
I'm gonna watch the show, but I've never watched it before.
You never watched Saturday Night Live before? No. Oh my goodness! This time?
It never impressed me for real. I mean, I've seen like different hosts like been on it, and I've heard about it, but I've never.
You got an accent.
I'm from Louisiana.
Okay, that'll do it. That will do it. All right, Jay, what we got next? Resball. It's a Netflix movie. I don't know. Okay, I'll just do it on there.
Okay.
Listen. LeBron said it's worth making. I gotta go with him.
I'm with it.
It's the way that we all went.
No.
Yeah.
When-
LeBron?
Yeah.
No, bro.
No.
not a true
It's on
story.
Netflix.
More
It's
power
based
to
on true
LeBron.
events.
You know, the money that he will make from that. But come on. No.
Why do you look so
We're
sad?
not watching that.
It's on Netflix. You're not gonna watch that. You don't have to leave the
Beautiful
crib.
story. I actually saw some of the documentary it might be the same team and same community.
What don't you like about it?
It's just not gonna do it for me. Like
Okay.
I watch basketball.
You
movies.
do,
I
so
watch
why-
everything basketball.
But not this.
No, that's not gonna do it for me.
What's not giving?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I want. Yeah.
What extra flavor do you
Yeah.
How
Please.
can you sprinkle it on?
It's missing that. Yeah, it's definitely missing some flavor. I just don't know exactly what it is, but that wasn't it.
Is it too dramatic? Is it not enough basketball? Do you think they're not good in basketball? Is it what's up?
It just
It's a
doesn't.
true story. It's
It doesn't feel.
inspired.
It doesn't feel like the story is going to be told in an exciting and enough way for me.
Brandon likes excitement.
Okay.
It,
So
gotta,
didn't
it has
pop.
to be. It wasn't exciting.
I love an underdog story, and that's how it feels to me.
It definitely is underdog.
and I'm like, I want to see this. I want to see this come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like a sparkly basketball story. I think it's
No.
more gonna be like a heartfelt, like wham, punch you in the chest,
Yeah.
like oh now
you-
I'm sad and now
Yeah.
I
You
want
might
them to
cry.
win.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah. See.
You may cry.
And there are
you may-
plenty of movies that do that so well,
Okay.
He's like, this
where
just
you
isn't it.
motivated, like
Give me one. I mean, there's quite a few. Coach Carter. I mean, we can go down
right,
the line and go.
right. You can go down a line of movies
Adam
that are
Sandler, last
along that
movie he
line,
did.
along those lines, where it motivates you through sport. You can do anything, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think that's going to do it for me. But maybe the people that are in that community
Yeah.
will resonate with them more.
Well, we watching over here. We all saying we
We're gonna
watching.
see it.
I think you a hater because you think they could beat you 1v1.
Oh.
I think you might be a little threatened by their
And he hoops a
skills.
lot
And-
too. He hoops a lot.
That's what
Instead
it
of
is.
feeling
And-
threatened.
Yeah.
And I know their coach made them believe anything they could do anything.
They
but
had the
hey,
stage
pull
in
up.
there, of course.
If they think they can do that, they can more than
They
they're
too
more than
young,
welcome
though,
to
huh?
pull
They
up.
can't rock with. They too young.
They're probably grown now.
Oh, the real ones, yeah, for sure.
You
I'm
know,
talking about these.
they're at least 5 years removed from high school, so they can get busy.
Oh yeah, they might get you. They might
At least
get you.
5.
Okay, Amber, you'll watch that? You like sports movies?
I do, but I don't really like it either.
Okay, Amber don't like it
Thank
either,
you.
y'all. All right,
Okay.
that's okay.
It just seems so boring.
Okay,
I
it's
see
boring
why
to
they
her
make
too.
the actual movies. and
Oh
it's
no, that's not it. What Netflix is great.
We
Netflix
we
is
can't
fine.
do boring.
But LeBron James had enough money to buy it to put it on Netflix.
Oh, okay, all right.
Congratulations, LeBron.
Oh no.
Right.
Savage.
No.
Oh, Jay fixing that.
But yeah, let's keep it moving. What do we have next?
You sent me this one yesterday. Rebel
Rebel
Ridge. This
Ridge.
is like a thriller. Action.
Oh.
Well,
Should I hide under the table?
no. Okay, no.
I don't like it.
I cut that out. Okay, it's not a thriller.
It's a love story, yo.
No. It's not a. It's,
That can be a thriller.
I think it's.
Depending on how you look at it.
I think it's action.
Let's play it.
Okay.
Let's run it.
It's like Walking
I know, it's
Tall
my
or
absolute
something.
favorite.
Yeah.
I'm not an action hater. Like, let's clarify.
See,
It's just like my least favorite. If I had to pick a least favorite,
So you don't like
know what I mean?
Marvel and DC superhero movies?
No, I like Marvel and DC because
I
like
do not.
they're accessible in the sense of like, okay, I know Iron Man got, he had to fix his heart and all that. Like I know their story.
But you didn't
how
watch
many
any
times
of
can
them.
you fight the same?
I haven't watched.
You haven't watched any of them though, huh?
Oh no, I have. Just
Okay.
it's not.
You gotta tread lightly with this comic book,
And-
with this comic
and-
book
and-
rhetoric,
and-
because
and-
they will be on your head.
And that's what I was trying to do. I was trying
I was
to
like,
pick it
you're
out
trying to
over
get me
it.
in trouble.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
no,
like,
no.
so you don't watch Marvel, huh?
No, I
keep
most
this in mind.
definitely do. It's just like the bang bang shoot 'em ups. It's just like a movie I could throw on while I'm doing dishes.
Laundry.
You know what I mean? Like it's in the bag. It's good,
I don't
but-
need to see the whole thing to know that the good guys are gonna win.
You don't know that.
or somebody's gonna die.
Somebody for
I can
sure.
say the same
Somebody
thing
gonna
about
die.
Resball.
Okay.
I know the good guys are gonna win. They're gonna
Oh,
But what if
wow.
they
they're
lost?
gonna win a championship
Yeah,
or
Yeah, it
whatever.
could be a
Coach Carter,
story
they lost.
about
They're gonna-
like
They're gonna
Yeah.
save their
even
community.
if you lose,
Perseverance.
like you
Yeah.
know, you don't know.
Right.
Keep going even when you lose.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's check out this Rebel Ridge. I don't know the
Rebel Ridge.
Okay.
Let's get it.
So you like that?
Netflix, September 6th.
So you
we throwing
like
a watch
that one?
party right here.
Wow, such a different reaction
Exactly,
from
that's
the last
crazy.
trailer.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shouting out the premiere
Right.
day.
Gee, Willikers, you
Setting
want
up a
the
watch party.
like,
man? So you like that one?
Oh yeah, that was good.
That guy.
Oh yeah.
It was enough action. It was enough action, to keep us going. With enough, not too much, not too crazy.
wasn't
Where they
too
just
crazy.
shoot up for no
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, I liked it. I was engaged. I might go see it. I mean,
It's
go
on
see it
Netflix.
meaning
We can see it from
turn it on
home.
in my living room.
Yeah.
It was Rambo
Yeah.
with the,
It wasn't Rambo.
It was Rambo
It was like
with
Walking
the cost.
Tall. It was like, you ever seen Walking Tall with The Rock? Where he had to, take down the little police in his town kind of thing.
Right. Do you
Like
remember
that.
Rambo? He had to take down the police in the town because they were.
That wasn't what happened to Rambo. He was in the jungle.
Yeah, the first one. Then the second one, he wasn't.
I don't remember what happened in the second one. You
But
got
he
me
was,
there.
but he took them into the jungle because he was more comfortable because he came from a military background, and so did this guy.
Okay. I like it. So now you seeing that?
I want to see it.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, it kept me engaged. It seems interesting. I'll probably put it on while I'm doing laundry. Like,
So
I
you're
don't
not
know-
gonna pay attention.
I don't know
That's
if I can.
crazy.
I just have so much energy all the time. I just can't sit and do anything like that.
Okay.
That's why I don't even like going to the movie because I'm like,
Oh, wow.
all over the place
okay.
the whole time, and I'm like, give it the fuck out of here.
Oh wow, So everybody keep that in mind. They
Yeah.
is not
Yeah.
the person to
No.
take to things you gotta sit.
There's a word
No,
for
I
that.
just- I
I
can't-
think
I
it's called
cannot. I'll fall
ADHD.
asleep.
ADHD
It's like
is
there's not
definitely.
enough things going on around my brain.
Yeah. Well, do you think that movie's gonna do well?
I do think so. Yeah.
Gabby, do you think that movie's
I
gonna do
do.
well?
Yeah. I think all three of the films that
Are gonna-
that we
yeah.
watched are gonna do
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, no, I
In some regard.
in a perfect
Yeah.
world, every film is
Oh
beautiful.
wow.
Well, okay, but
in the real world, some films flop.
they do.
they
I
they
mean
do.
that is facts.
Some just
They
don't
do.
I
hit.
do agree that I think that Res Ball may be the least successful of those three.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I don't think enough people will know the storyline enough to be interested.
That's why you want to watch it though,
Does
so
that
you
make
can
sense?
be captivated.
But I think some
Yeah.
people are just so arrogant to
Yeah.
anything outside of themselves that they're just gonna be like, whatever, fuck
Yeah.
that.
Doesn't make it a bad film. It
No, it
just
doesn't make
won't
it a bad
resonate
film.
with
Yeah,
everyone.
I just
like
think
that.
a lot of people will just skip through it, and then a lot of people we know what SNL is, so they're gonna be like, oh my god, that's so
Yeah,
cool.
me.
Yeah,
it has
yeah.
such a high notoriety within our community and society that people will go.
Yeah.
Where Res Ball doesn't resonate with
It's
a
more
lot of people.
specific.
I was like,
Yeah.
see what I did there?
Does it resonate?
Get it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you old enough to do Saturday Night Live now?
Yeah, it's been suggested that I do it. For me, coming from all that, that was so hard on my body and on my mind. Yeah, because you're constantly flipping and you're constantly, physically exerting yourself.
Yeah.
That is, if you're doing it right,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
want to do a good job. So you're constantly outputting more energy than you're getting back. So I don't know if I would want to do that on the real scale right this second. I can't speak for in the next
Down
5
the line,
years.
yeah.
I might be let's go.
Because your comedy is very physical.
It's very physical.
Okay.
When I'm performing, it's always a lot of energy being put out into the scene or whatever
Yeah.
is happening.
She's went to the gym today.
Yeah, truly. So I don't know if I would do it right as of this year, but I am old enough to be
Yeah.
a cast member.
And I
I
feel like-
host it. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
That would be fun.
That would
Yeah.
be dope.
So, yeah.
And I could see that in the near future. And I think they do need some young blood on the show now.
What is
you
the
know.
age?
I mean, they got Marcelo. You know Marcelo?
No.
Oh, I love
Off the
Marcelo.
top of my head, no. Can I get the Saturday Night Live list up here real quick? Yeah, I want to see that. I feel like I'm
You said
still.
age requirement. I don't know what the age
Marcelo.
requirement
What is
is. I
the
just
age
feel like you have to be at
requirement to
least
work for-
21 because the jokes are
I
so
think it's 21. I
raunchy.
remember Eddie Murphy was the youngest when he first got there. He was 21 right out the gate.
Is it 21? I thought it was 18.
Is it 18?
I would have thought
I
it was
don't know.
18.
Yeah, I thought it was 18.
I don't even know how old you are, Gabby, so I'm not
I'm
gonna hold you
19.
up. Oh, you can be 19 on Saturday Night Live?
I think so, yeah.
Maybe Eddie Murphy was about that age.
I could be completely wrong, though.
I don't think there's an age limit.
Do we have it,
so to
Jake?
say.
I don't know
It's
if there's
you have to be
It's
grown.
definitely an age limit.
You never, yeah.
It's
I
definitely.
mean, you have to be 18 probably because the jokes are raunchy.
No, I
but
thought it was 21 unless it changed.
We should look up how old you have to be an SNL cast
I
member.
definitely. You know
Also-
what? I need to know that
Also-
right now.
Yeah.
because is your show a live taping? Is all that a live taping?
All that we filmed in front of a live studio audience.
live
So it
studio
was pre-taped, but
pre-taped, but in
people
front of a
were
live
there.
studio
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah.
Like, how is that? I guess. Like, what?
It's great.
Tell us about that experience. I guess
It's electric
16.
because you get immediate feedback. You know, like if people like the sketch,
okay.
they laugh.
Okay.
If they
I've
don't,
never
they
seen-
definitely
nobody's
don't laugh.
I can't.
But it's
Yes,
thrilling,
I do
you
know
It's thrilling.
Marcelo. Yes. Oh, and her name is Punky Johnson. I didn't know that.
Punky.
Okay, I know that. Colin Jones. Okay. I know Ego. I'm probably saying her name wrong.
I don't know how else you'd say that.
Ego.
Ego.
Lego my ego.
Yeah.
Keenan's still on there. Nice. Okay. So what we
we learned that there's no age limit
Except
for 16, which is not a real limit. Like, yeah, it's not a real limit.
No one on the show has been younger than 20, I believe, though. I feel like. How old is Marcelo?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't tell you how
Yeah,
Marcelo is. I
nobody's
know he's
been-
young though.
Yeah, nobody's
They
been
have a
Like
thing.
early
They
20s.
have. There's always there's the youngest cast member ever, but there's nothing stopping you from doing it. That's the thing.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're talented enough, they will bring
I
you on.
guess.
I guess
When
so
you put it
now.
down like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go on here to Hollywood hot seat before we start getting in the Gabby story, because we was about to. We was already rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
You know, but let me just a couple little quick things. Brandon, give it to us. He normally breaks down. What's
Wesley
going on?
Snipes broke 2 Guinness World Records
He's amazing.
for his role in as Blade in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie.
Not a spoiler.
Wow.
It's been out for a long time now. It's been out.
It's been out for
It's been
after
out.
it's been out for over like a week. Then there's no longer spoiler
Yeah,
rule.
that's why they all posting all
Yeah.
the pictures and behind the scenes on it now.
But
yeah.
it's been out for like 2-3 weeks, so we're good. But yeah, his records were longest career as a Marvel live action character and
25
longest
years.
gap in between playing the character.
You can have a Guinness Book of
Wow.
World Record for anything.
I know
feel
I
like.
probably got a few
I mean,
myself.
if you're the first to do it, if you're the first to
I probably got it.
Yeah.
You got the record.
I've been the
Right.
first to do a few things.
Oh, wow.
You know?
You in a Guinness? Did you report that to Guinness?
We need to.
We probably should
Yeah.
start doing that. Man.
like-
you can be in it for anything now. But 25 years is a long time to play a character.
That is a long time.
A long time.
Yeah,
Did
very
you,
long
Did you
time.
see the original Blade?
I did. Yeah,
Did you?
I did.
Okay.
It's
All three?
no, just the first one. Just the first one. But I saw it though, so that's credit.
Yeah, that's credit. And the first one
Man,
is the
don't
one
give me
that
that. I
Did
saw
you,
it.
Did you see Deadpool and Wolverine?
I didn't see Deadpool and Wolverine, but I've seen Deadpool 1
Okay,
and 2.
we spoiled it for you. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right.
You'll be all right.
not gonna
Yeah,
go
I'll
see
be
it.
okay. She's like, oh,
She's going to see that. Yeah, I know you didn't.
She's losing sleep today.
I know you never seen Blade. I know.
Don't even.
I know. No superhero movies.
Or
for this.
From my
Or
memory,
Deadpool
it was
and
very
Wolverine.
gory.
I've seen Deadpool.
It was very
Okay.
gory right out the
Yeah.
gate.
I've
First
seen
scene
the
in
first,
Blade.
I've seen first
Yeah,
scene.
that was.
Sorry,
I remember
Shinji.
having to watch it in bits because, like, this was during COVID, and my fam was like, "You need to watch like classic films, so we're gonna watch Blade." And I was like,
It is. It
You're
kicked,
like,
it
how
kicked
is
it
this
off.
helping me?
"Yeah, I get it now," but at
Yeah.
the time I was like, "I don't want to see this man get his head chopped off."
Yeah,
Please, like, this is
wow,
not.
we loved it.
See, that's y'all's problem,
I
y'all.
loved it. Listen,
No.
when Blade walked into that
Trauma.
nightclub in the first scene with all that blood coming through the what was it?
Oh, so
out the
sick.
stuff, it was
I was so
phenomenal.
sick. I was like,
that was
what?
iconic. That's iconic, and he was the first one to kick off Marvel.
Yeah.
Like the cinematic universe. I mean, it was before the cinematic universe, but he really kicked it off. R rating, made a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
It was cracking back then. You don't care, Nay. You don't care. It's okay.
Amberlyn, did you watch Blade?
Yes, I watched Blade.
Did you
a
watch
long
Deadpool,
time
Wolverine?
ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Not
haven't
into
watched-
those.
No, I like it. I love those type of movies.
Okay.
Nice. What else we got?
Well, what else we have is you put this on here because you're a Drake stan.
I sure am.
No.
I'm not gonna hold you.
no.
I'm not gonna hold you. Me too, a little bit.
Thank you. I thought
Drake
we
is-
all were here. I thought this was the same place.
He put on here Drake is back.
Drake is back.
I don't know if it's technically back. I don't know if he even went anywhere.
He never went anywhere.
But I don't know if we would call where he went being back.
Well,
just-
ladies, he just
he just
released
released some songs
a
that
bunch of new
weren't that
songs.
great.
Oh, like, wait a minute now. You listen to him?
Yeah, they weren't that.
All this. It was a lot of songs.
I've heard 3 songs.
Okay, it's like 50 something. You should listen to
Okay.
all of them. Did you?
50 songs.
Yeah, that's right. He started a new like Instagram account and just
He had to
dropped a new
rebrand.
link.
Yeah, he had to rebrand. That's exactly exactly what that was.
Wait a minute.
They made him start a new account.
Rebrand is crazy. Bro went through a breakup and said, "Nah, I can't even."
Wow.
Oh no.
I need
What is
everybody
this?
to.
I didn't know that he started a new account.
Listen, hold on here. It sounds
What's
like
wrong
a
with
lot
the
of.
old account?
Are we?
He can't look at that one no more.
No,
he can't
lost
stand it.
access.
Yeah, right.
Are we?
Banned.
He had to turn the comments off
Did
on
Kendrick?
that one.
Did Kendrick turn you all away from Drake all
He
of
had
a
to,
sudden?
he had to
Look.
turn the comments off.
I think we should go this way.
Yeah,
because
so-
I don't feel comfortable going first.
That way.
Yeah. So.
No.
I think Drake's earlier stuff was bomb.
Period.
Like when I was in high school, and I mean, I'm significantly older than you.
When you were a minor?
When I was a minor,
She loved Drake.
the shit was great.
a
Like
minor.
2008 until 2012, I was like, Drake.
Yeah.
As he's gotten, like, as it's progressed, I just feel like everything kind of sounds the same.
Oh no.
Okay.
Like,
Wow.
I'm not feeling enough, like, versatility in his
That's true.
music.
That's real.
And I'm like, how long can we talk about how you're sad about women?
He doesn't do
Or
that.
how you like getting jiggy with women. How many, like,
that,
every other track. Like, let's
Yeah.
have versatility, please, my
Right. And
love.
so I'm like, it's just not giving what it used to give to me.
No.
Like, it's not, I'm just not vibing in the way that I was.
Right.
Wow.
She said a lot of valid points. Okay.
Really?
Okay, next.
I saw he was doing shows
Amberlyn.
in Canada with Party Next Door.
Okay.
I saw that too. Yeah.
That ain't it, bruh.
That ain't it.
No, that ain't
Party
it.
Next Door
Party Next
kinda
Door
ain't
ain't
it.
it. If Party Next Door has got to save you, you might want to like
might wanna
rethink
just-
life. Like,
Tired.
like
That's why he started
He
that
might
new
want to start
Instagram
playing
account.
basketball with
He had to
celebrity
rebrand.
basketball or something like that.
He started a new. We don't know if he started the new account. Someone started a new Drake
Someone
account.
suggested it,
and
though.
and, and a bunch of songs were released. Okay, so basically you're saying that Kendrick beat Drake. I mean, we're past this by now, but I mean, I feel
That's
like
not a question anymore.
I think-
Well, hold on. I don't want to skip the opinion.
think we know the answer to that.
How you feel about Drake?
I don't really listen. I used to listen to Drake too or whatever, but now he just acts like a bitch to me. Like,
Oh,
he's
that's
always
crazy.
just in his feelings about everything, and I just feel like it's just everything he do is feminine, and it makes me not like him. And Kendrick did beat his ass, and I just feel like that he did make the new account just like a bitch would. Like, we just act like we disappear and come back like nothing ever happened. He got a new hairstyle, new account. He dropped the songs.
Facts.
Like,
There's a lot
he
of
want to
facts.
bring all his old hoes back. That's just how I feel.
And we needed that energy.
She ate
Okay.
him up
No,
just now.
She was like,
She did.
I don't even know how to follow that up. I mean, look. Here's the thing about Drake. I like Drake. I'm not a Drake hater, but am I a Drake lover and supporter? I can't say that I am. Just because of, like, okay, it's a myriad of things. It's every song kind of sounds the same to me.
Wow,
It's either heavy rap or it's melodic. Like there's nothing in between. We're talking about
I'm going home. You all right?
but like that's older Drake though.
that's
like,
old Drake. That's when it was still about.
right, that was the prime Drake. Now we're talking about modern day Drake.
Mid.
We running out of juice.
21. Can you
running out
do
of
some?
juice.
You all right?
No, I look. If it comes on the radio, I'm not gonna turn it off.
Okay.
But am I gonna actively go on my Spotify, Apple Music, and be like, "Let me listen to Drake"? No. You know, I just think that Kendrick ate him up. He had to start a new account and drop 50 songs to be like, "Hey, I'm still."
Changed the way
I'm
he
still
dressed.
here, you know. I'm
still
still
relevant.
Drake. Right? That's what it feels like. It feels like sometimes Drake is chasing relevancy. You know, like he has to make the summer bops to.
Yeah.
Which he does
Drake.
every time.
So he
No,
so
he
he
act like
beats
he don't know
21
his
back.
worth like a female. He's very insecure. I feel
Oh.
like, honestly, like
That's her. She's coming with the female
So
argument.
raw. So raw.
Well, I love
Yeah.
I'm
Drake.
coming when I
Okay.
saw Party Next Door and I was like, okay, this is the new, like
So is it
20,
like-
21 left and
Oh, hold on.
and Metro left and Thugger.
Yeah.
They can't save you, so we're gonna go to Party Next Door, who's just lesser Drake.
Fine. All right, we get it. All right.
I mean,
I'm the
I'd
only
be
one
excited to meet Drake. You know what I mean?
As
I'm not
you
gonna be
should
like, Drake, but like,
Yeah.
Y'all would change your whole goddamn story when Drake walk in this building right
time.
now.
I've seen it personally.
I don't think I would.
You be telling Jay to delete the footage.
Right. Now,
I'd be like, don't worry, I'm not a minor.
switching over, Gabby, give it to me. Day one, okay? How did you get into this acting thing? How did it begin for you day one? Did mom say, hey, you know,
take us through the journey.
Take us through this journey, please.
So I got into acting through academics. It's kind of crazy because my path was to be a doctor or a nurse or a businesswoman, because that's what all the women in my family are. So that's just kind of like the path that was laid down for me. And at the time, I was transferring from elementary school to middle school, and the school that had the best academic program in my area was an art school. And you had to audition to get in, because I had like this special magic ticket, right, for being a gifted academic student. It has a special name. It's like an EP or whatever. So this little magic ticket wouldn't work for this school because it was an art school. So I had to basically learn a skill and audition to get in. So I picked vocals and I picked theater to audition for, because you could pick two. So I had like 6 months to prepare. Now, there were kids that had been preparing to go to this school since they could like walk, because it was very prestigious. Like people would come from, I'm originally from Florida. So people would come from all over Florida, like take the train, take the bus, like all this different stuff to come to this school. So long story short, it was like 4,000 kids auditioning for 400 spots.
Wow.
Totally didn't think I'd get in. I was like, you know, just this kid that wanted to go and learn about science. Yeah, I could care less about theater, but I was just doing what I had to do to get in. And I got in. Then I started going to my theater class because it was a requirement. You know, you had to go. And I fell in love with it. I fell in love with theater, and people kept saying, you know, she's great. She should, you know, go to LA. And my mom and my dad. So my parents were never the type of like parents who thought I was great. You know, they were like,
She's sitting right there.
they were just honest. You know what I
Very
mean?
relatable.
Like they were never like, oh, my daughter's the prettiest or my daughter's the funniest. They were just like, yeah, she's alright. Like she's my daughter.
So
You know
they
what I
weren't.
mean?
So they weren't like strict like on dance moms. Was like you're gonna study
Not at
every day,
all.
do this, make sure.
No.
Chop, get to
Yeah,
it.
please. Yeah.
No, like
Yeah.
acting and performing and all of that was nowhere on anybody's radar. Like my mom was like, you're gonna go to school, you're gonna do your homework. That's how this is gonna go. Fell in love with acting. People said you gotta come to LA. My mom was like, yeah, right. But then she saw how much I loved it. And my parents took a big leap. They moved their entire lives, uprooted their lives from Florida, came to LA. We were only supposed to be here for 6 months for pilot season.
Yeah.
We had 6 suitcases. 5 of them were mine.
That makes sense.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It was just me, my parents, and my dog. We lived in a studio apartment. And then a few months later, I booked all that.
That was the first role?
How old were you?
I moved here when I was 12,
Okay.
and then I booked all that when I was 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it
Just
that
been here
long
ever
ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the short story of how
Yeah.
I came here. Now I'm a full LA resident. I
Yes,
claim
you are.
LA.
Yeah, and about
you know?
to leave soon. No,
Yeah.
no,
I know. I'm
It's so
moving
crazy.
soon.
But it's for work.
But I'll be back. I'll be back.
So what kind of roles do you prefer to play? Like you have your all that role, you have that your that girl Lay, you have
Throw that picture.
your other comedy role, which is that girl Lele. Like what do you love about those roles? But also like what kind of roles do you prefer to like? What do you see yourself in the next few years?
So like in the context of all that was kind of crazy how that came about anyway, because I had never done sketch comedy.
Yeah.
Like I had seen it.
Yeah.
I was aware of it, but I'd never done it. I was on I was on the way to being a dramatic actor.
I can see
Right? So I got the audition, workshopped the characters, all that. We know how that turned out.
that. Yep.
What I loved about it was that I was so young and I didn't understand the magnitude of it. Like, girl, you're playing Beyonce. Like,
Yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah.
And like Chance the Rapper is watching the show and all this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I liked the innocence of that time, and I liked the shininess, so to speak, of that show. Everything was so new and everything was so fresh. But at the same time, that was the hardest show that I've ever done to date because it was constant flipping, constant, we wrote a lot of the characters as the kids. So you're asking a 12, 13-year-old to be like, hey, come up with these character concepts, and if they're not great, you're probably not going to be in the show this week.
Damn.
Like, there were episodes that I just wasn't in.
Because you couldn't come up with something.
Because you have to come up with the ideas.
Well, so it was a writing team, and then it was also suggested, the door's always open, come in and show us what you got.
Yeah.
On a weekly basis.
Because they don't know what to do with you guys all the time. They don't know what to pull out, what they can pull out of you yet.
I mean, we were 7 niche kids, Everybody had a specific skill. We each had a name. I was the sharp comedian because at 13 years old, I had a gift of being able to make a joke and you wouldn't even notice until later. So that was what they...
Like
that
wittiness.
Was, yeah. So I was the sharp comedian, so to speak. Like, they treated us kind of like we were the Avengers, and that was our superhero name. Yeah. But long story short, so that was a lot of pressure as a 12, 13-year-old to be like, yeah, they're going to write these characters for us. But they would just, like, write a character and, like, find whoever could do it, right? So if somebody were doing a character on Monday, by Friday, I might be doing it instead, depending on, how it
the delivery
worked
of
and all that stuff. Yeah. So very stressful. But I loved that was my first environment because now everything is so much easier. Like transferring to That Girl Lele was so much easier because I had gone through like the whole process of being driven and focused, and because if you slipped up on all that, like there was no room to wiggle. And it taught me discipline, and that was what I needed going into Lele. Going into a leading role like that and carrying a show, the first kids show with 2 Black female leads, like that's a huge honor.
I didn't know that. That's dope.
Yeah.
We'll put an applause right here because that's dope. I didn't know that.
I mean, it was a groundbreaking show for kids and family entertainment on so many levels, and coming from all that and having that responsibility, I knew how to handle it and I knew how to deal with people better.
Did you feel like a mentor to Lele, someone who hasn't acted before, and you had already been a kind of a seasoned vet? Did she look to you for advice and mentorship?
It's crazy for me to like see stuff from season 1 because like the wardrobe was honey.
How old were you when you went to Lele?
I was 15.
Okay.
I was 15. Yeah. And we wrapped when I was 18. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a good 3 seasons. But yeah, no, that was essentially the job. Kind of was to show Lele the ropes, and I'm very grateful that I had that opportunity. And she's a super smart kid. We have a dialogue coach on set as well, so everybody kind of helped out with that. But
you were giving you were the mentor. One. You were giving the tips because if I'm working with you all the time, I just feel like I should listen to you.
Yeah, I mean I feel like whoever you work with, you're kind of molded by their presence anyway. So it wasn't. I mean, there were technical things that definitely were taught, like here are the cameras, here's the positioning, here's all of those things. But at the same time, it wasn't really my job. Like I'm there for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, but total blessing, and everybody on the show. Oh, there they are. Everybody on the show was so lovely.
I wanted a scene. I thought you was gonna hit me with a scene.
We got the cast up there. Yeah. Such a blessing. Everybody was so sweet on that show, and
So, any dramatic roles that you like want to play next, or what? Like, what do you? I know that's kind of where you thought you were gonna start, but like, is that where you want to go next?
So I've been very blessed during this time since wrapping That Girl Lele to expand my skills and all that stuff, and I've gotten to dip my toe in the dramatic water. I've got a project happening really soon that is very scary. Yeah, very scary, very dark, very heavy, and I'm thrilled that people will get to see me that way. But as far as like specifics, I just love storytelling. Nice. I really want to do something that tells a good story, whether it's scary, whether it's heavy, whether it's dark, whether it's still comedy. I'm doing Gremlins: The Wild Batch, which is the prequel to the
we
Gremlins
heard.
series.
We saw
Love
that. We
Gremlins.
saw the announcement.
Yeah, so
at,
that's
Comic-Con.
really scary for an animated show.
Yeah.
Oh,
For
really?
kids and family.
Yeah.
We're beheading people, we're stabbing people.
Oh, I didn't know it
Yeah.
was going that crazy.
I mean, it keeps the character of the Gremlins franchise
Yeah.
still keeping it family friendly,
Yeah.
but at the same time, if I was a 6-year-old watching it, I'd be freaked out.
Have you seen the original Gremlins?
I have, yeah.
And Nay, have you?
Classic.
I'm going to assume you have age bracket. I like to think
Oh,
you have.
thanks.
Yeah, Gremlins and Critters and all that. I remember that. Yeah. So,
Can't feed them after hours.
Ming, what was it like working with her? I know she's superstar, phenomenal.
Ming Na?
Yep.
So it's crazy. It's like for voiceover, you don't
You don't
know.
even have to.
You don't even know. Like it's kind of like this, but you're by yourself. You don't know who your other cast members are. I didn't even know she was.
So you guys already recorded this?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
done.
Yeah, we started this when I was 12.
Oh wow!
Oh, what?
Yeah, which is
Your
crazy.
voice has changed a lot since then.
Yeah, and when you watch the show, it's like I didn't even realize it happened to women, but you can hear me go from like a young child to now a young adult. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Ming Na, I didn't know that she was playing the mom this whole
The
time.
whole
and
time is crazy.
yeah, and it was a blessing to have the opportunity to meet her for the first time at Comic-Con and all that great stuff. Like Simu Lee, I didn't know that he was going to be on the show either.
Yeah, yeah.
So who's reading with you when you do your lines?
So it's kind of like you have like a paper in front of you
Yeah.
or a tablet, whatever the production has, and you have the script, and they're like, okay, we're going to read line number 8.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to read the script on your own. And depending on the situation, a producer might read with you, or you might just read line number 8 just out in the air and they'll give you direction. But it's very disconnected.
Yeah, that's what I'm
opposed
thinking.
to
Like, how
live
do
action.
you need a scene partner to kind of give a different reactions to based on how they're delivering?
Yeah, so that's kind of the magic of it is like you don't really know what you're creating sometimes.
yeah.
Like I don't know what. All I know is I'm running in and there were gremlins outside, and,
Yeah.
but you don't really know what the other actor's gonna do. So it's you kind of leave it to the producers and the writers to have that vision of like, okay, so Ming Na said her line this way, so I need Gabby to say her line this way.
Absolutely.
Or
Yeah,
they'll
yeah,
play
yeah.
back the other actor
They'll play
and
it
I'll
back.
hear it.
Okay.
But most times it's just like, okay, read line number 8, here's what just happened, and go.
And those are quick processes when you're doing a voiceover film. Because you've done quite a few voiceovers.
And they can be quick. I mean,
Yeah.
like Gremlins took
That's
6 years to
nah,
come
that's
out.
crazy.
Yeah.
that's crazy. I
Whereas
didn't know.
like
The
Monster
animations.
High was out in the same year.
The animations
Yeah.
take a long time.
Yeah. Who said this? Jenna Ortega said yesterday, watching as a child, watching Man on Fire, the Denzel movie with Dakota Fanning, was that changed her life. Watching Dakota Fanning was the reason she wanted to become an actress. Was there a moment for you when you were younger, there's something that you watched or there was an actress that you saw on screen where you were like, you know what, I can do that. This is what I want to do.
I don't think so, actually. Because, like, when I was young, it was still the academic path. So it was really, and I was a shy kid. So giving presentations was like torture in front of the class. Like, that was like a punishment. Yeah, it's a funny story. So in my musical theater class, that was a requirement. They had a teacher who knew how shy I was, and he would go out of his way to make me come to the front of the class and sing anything, sing happy birthday, sing whatever we were learning in class. And so at that time, it really wasn't watching people on screen. It was just like, I could never be that. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even get up in front of a room full of people and give my math presentation or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think it didn't happen until I was much older when I saw, it was actually an Oscar acceptance speech from Emma Stone.
Oh.
Yeah, where she was like, and this
From
is
La La Land?
for La La Land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where she acknowledged the pain of an actor, right? Of not being able to get a job, not being able to get a manager or an agent. And she essentially shared her Oscar with the people who
Yeah.
hadn't
Nice.
made it
I
yet.
remember that.
Yeah.
And it made me feel so seen, and it made me feel related to, because I was like, wow, Emma Stone is on the Oscars saying that she knows what this feels like.
Yeah.
So I can do this.
You're not alone.
You're not alone. But like as far as watching, when you watch shows and you watch TV, it's like it feels so unattainable because how do you get there?
Yeah,
I can't even get an agent. I can't even get a manager. But watching Emma Stone share her Oscar with all of the struggling and new actors, that gave me the hope of like, okay, I can do this. Emma Stone did it, so why can't I? You know, so
and
that was what that was.
So you left art school to move here. Have you been training since? Like, do you go to acting school? Do you have a coach? Did you work with or?
I think it's wise always to have a coach on hand. The best actors never stop learning. So even though I'm working and all of those things, I still work with my coaches. I still make sure everything is shiny and great because you always have to enhance your acting toolbox, you know?
Yeah.
Like you have to
You're
add
still
different
training.
things. Always still training. It's kind of like being an Olympian. Like we were talking about earlier, like Simone Biles is always in the gym.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Every day.
And that's why she the GOAT.
You know, so you always have to expand and learn from other people to enhance your work.
Do you have someone in the industry who you learn from often? Someone you can call that's already, you know,
Like an actor?
Yeah, like an actor that's already prominent right now, that's doing stuff. It's like, hey, Angelina Jolie, how you doing? I just, you know, I'm about to do this role. What do you think?
I have to think. I mean, there are definitely a couple. As far as like comedy, I remember way back when we were doing all that, like Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell were very accessible.
Nice.
For us, and they
They're
try to be
brilliant.
very hands-on. Like Kenan, when I was doing Coffee, it was a sketch where I was like very spazzed out, and I was like high energy. He kind of helped me with resting in the fact that I was funny, because I kept trying to like push it, and I was kind of stressed out because it was one of my characters that I had kind of halfway written, but not really. It was an idea that I had that the writers kind of expanded on. And it was stressful for me because I was like, I really don't want this character to be taken away from me. Like I can do this. You know what I mean? And it was like me trying to, because I wanted that role so bad. I wanted that sketch so bad. And I felt like I had to like fight to keep it. And he just kind of came to me. He was like, you know, rest in the fact that you're funny. Like, you're here because you're funny. Yes, you still have to constantly, every week is still a fight, but like you don't need to push so hard.
Yeah.
You're good. That's why you're here. So Kenan and Kel were always very accessible.
Nice.
For comedy. I've got a few Broadway friends that have been very kind as far as giving me advice on different things and
Is that stage something that you want to pursue?
Broadway?
Yeah.
I would be down.
Yeah.
I would be down because that's the hardest art form.
I couldn't do that.
That's the hardest art form for an actor.
Yeah.
You have to sing, you have to dance. Well, depending on if it's a play. You know, you may not need to sing, but it's very physical. It's 8 shows a week, you know.
And there's no slip-ups. That's the thing.
Correct,
At least when you're filming, it's like, okay, cut. Let's figure this
try it
out.
again.
But
When
they
you on that
rehearse a lot
stage-
before they get to that stage.
know, but it's
and then
just-
every week it improves as they do the shows.
That's tough. Now you can do Broadway. You can't even get
You
up.
can do Broadway.
And they can't even
You
get
can
up
do
and
it.
talk to people in person. Okay, but she can be goofy.
You want to go into high school hits?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cause yeah. I do actually. I want to see here, Gabri. What were your top 5 teen-driven shows?
Okay, top 5 teen-driven shows. Number 1's always going to be Stranger Things.
Oh,
for
you
me.
know out the gate.
Yeah, like I love Stranger Things. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
when I think of like teen-driven, like they were all kids at one point. I'm gonna need to think about the other ones. Like I'm not gonna be able to pop out like I just did Stranger Things.
Right.
But I think Stranger Things is excellent. I think it really ties into the nostalgic factor of giving us Goonies, but giving
What
us.
you know about that?
What do I know about
Yeah, what
Goonies?
Goonies-
I know a little something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives us the nostalgia of kind of like a Spielberg type.
Yep. My favorite
teen-
director.
Yeah. Love Stranger Things. So number 2.
That's why we got the list for
Oh, you got a
Mm.
little list. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Oh, okay. Stranger Things is on here. Oh, Bel Air. Bel Air's a good one.
Okay.
I like Bel Air.
Okay.
Would love to be on that show.
I can see that.
That's a goal for me.
Yeah.
What are they? Season 3 now?
Season
Season
3.
three is
Season
about to
4,
start,
I
yeah.
would love to hop on and
Yeah.
put that out there in the universe. Number 3. You know, I've not seen Euphoria
Wow.
because it makes me feel heavy.
It's a very heavy show.
You
Very
know,
heavy.
but even just the
Very.
cinematography of it, like the screen when it comes on, it's so dark.
It's very dark, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I'm a very light person. I'm a very sparkly person,
Yeah.
so I'm very sensitive to those things.
It's not really for teens, even though it's a teen-driven show, but it's
It
like
is-
more of an adult
Yeah,
show.
So dark.
but
yeah.
even like as a young adult
Yeah.
now, it's like I can't even go back and really watch it. But I've
Yeah.
seen clips of it, and I'll say Euphoria is number 3 because I know that there are so many people that it's helped that struggle with addiction and all those things.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, we gotta give a shout out to Zendaya. You know,
Absolutely.
former
Yeah,
Disney
yeah.
kid.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she's,
yeah.
you know, evolved beautifully. What was that? 3, that was okay, and then 4 and 5. Shameless plug. I'll do all that girl later.
Got
I
to.
figured
not?
you would.
If you know, who will?
Why not? Yeah.
Have you seen the rest of these shows? I was like, let me find some shows that Gabby and Nay and Brandon might have seen.
Oh, I've seen a lot. Of
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
there's a
like,
lot on
I've
here.
seen all these, really.
Yeah.
I've seen them all. Amber, you seen,
I
yeah.
haven't seen Euphoria though, but
Oh, it's lit. You should watch that for sure.
I don't know about
I don't know. I'm
It's-
just feeling the same
it's-
way
They get
too.
lit.
Like,
It's
about,
they
like
get
with
lit.
energy, it's like when certain things like mess with my energy. I feel like when I get exposed to certain things, I just couldn't relate to it. But anyway, I like Lizzie McGuire,
Yeah.
Esso
Oh.
by Ginger.
Yeah.
I would definitely say the Boy Meets World. I'm 31,
Yeah.
so I like
Yeah.
old shit.
Boy Meets World was it, yo.
13 Reasons Why. I can watch
Yeah.
it over and over and over.
Now that's heavy.
That's
You just
heavy,
said
too.
heavy. That's
Have you seen
that's the
Dr.
heaviest.
No, for the
That's
same
heavy.
reason.
That's the
Yeah.
heaviest show on here. You got crazy.
But
isn't it?
13 Reasons Why, I watched it with somebody. Somebody asked me to watch it the first season, so I ended up getting into it. You know, somebody
Okay.
asked, so that's how I ended up getting into it because I don't really like stuff like that. But and it has some really, it's deeper than suicide. That it has really like it's
Yeah.
mental, like
It's a
with
mental
mental like illnesses and stuff.
Mental health awareness
I
for
think
sure.
that one is like I should have said that one first. So anyway, I would probably say Sister as the last
Sisters classic. Go watch that.
That is a good
This list is really hard for me because I
Tia
watched all of these
Tamera.
over and over.
I've seen them all. I have too. Nay, hit me with yours real quick.
I mean, I definitely haven't seen them all, but
Of course you haven't.
okay. I can't be here right now. I've seen a lot on this list. I've seen things that aren't on this list. I mean, like,
Yeah, they don't have to be on the list. Give
like
it to me.
One Tree Hill.
Okay.
One Tree Hill,
That
yeah.
counts.
Kidding
I didn't put that
Yeah.
because I'm like, I know you don't even know what.
No, that
If
I'm
you
not even gonna
haven't,
pretend.
Exactly.
You should. I mean, I just
Nah.
rewatched it.
I don't know why you did that.
Because it was amazing.
Okay, keep giving me the rest of them.
I would say, I do love All American.
All American.
Okay, All
I
American.
loved it.
All
I was
right.
telling you,
loved-
bro,
I
All Americans
loved
is a thing.
I loved it. I thought it was so good, and it kind of what I like about it is they're so good at communicating.
Okay.
Like I was not a good communicator until I've become an adult. I'm just now getting good at it.
Yeah.
And these high schoolers are like, you know what? I'm pregnant.
Oh, wow.
And you're like, oh my God.
Oh,
And they're like, what are we gonna do about this? And they like have a real conversation. I'm like, that is crazy to me. Let's see, I would say 13 Reasons Why, definitely. Like you said, plays on a lot of really real things that happen that I think Euphoria makes too light. Like they almost like paint it in a positive way. And that kind of makes me nervous. While 13 Reasons Why is like, yo, bad things happen and you have to speak up. Euphoria is like, let's do drugs in the bathroom while you're fucking your ex.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like,
and pretend like it's not happening.
and then your best friend's outside the door.
Yeah.
You're like, don't do that.
Okay.
It's like toxic drama.
Yeah, it's toxic trauma, and it almost like I feel like younger women are like toxic, and it's like it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Don't-
I don't know why that's a trend. Like,
it's
oh my
definitely
gosh,
a
he's
thing.
so toxic.
Right,
I
like-
love.
Like don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. That's So Raven.
Okay.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
loved That's So Raven. I loved it. And then I'd say Wednesday.
Wednesday will be
Wednesday
on.
I
was
didn't even see
good.
that on here,
Wednesday
but
was
that was
good,
pretty
too.
I
good.
thought Wednesday was so
Yeah.
cute. I cannot
Yeah.
wait for the next one to come out.
Yeah.
It was very dark, but it was just
It wasn't.
Was
It
that too
wasn't.
dark
But
for
it
you?
wasn't.
No, I thought Wednesday was great. I thought
Yeah.
Jenna was great.
Yeah, she did a great job.
You know, the stillness of her performance is something that's very difficult.
I can see you on Wednesday.
She's so.
I would love to be on
calculated.
Wednesday. That'd be dope.
Before Bel Air, I can see you on Wednesday.
Okay, sounds
Okay,
good.
you come in as Jenna's new best friend.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Taking what's her other the best friend she has. So now y'all have
I
that
think
little
you become a
spit back.
trio.
It'd be a trio.
It's a trio. I don't think anyone gets replaced.
No, you don't replace her. It's just they start having conflict because
He
now
was
the new
writing
girl
the whole
comes in.
episode.
New friend.
Yeah, the new friend. Because you remember she got the werewolf friend.
And
What
now
is-
she's like a little
Which-
bit like
which-
she's got witchy
where-
powers.
which one
There's
would she be?
something. Yeah.
I
I
don't
think
know.
she's in the Sirens.
I'm in the Sirens.
I don't know. You know, it's so much stuff they
But
have.
they already have a mermaid siren on there.
Look at us going deep into
There's
it
a
on
mo- there's a-
Wednesday.
there's a
The
group, there's a
Wednesday
clique.
lore.
The
Right.
Wednesday
What you
one.
got, B?
Man, this is tough. I'ma definitely have Stranger Things for sure. I'ma have to go with Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's So Raven.
Hell yeah.
And then Euphoria kind of had me in a chokehold. I ain't gonna hold
Euphoria is good. Euphoria is
I ain't gonna
good.
hold you. The toxic drama was like, I'm with it. I was with it.
Yeah, Euphoria is good.
Man, All American. I think is that my five?
Yeah.
There you go.
All American.
There's not a lot of black teen shows.
No.
Specifically, like teen.
Specifically teen.
Yeah, I was
All
actually
American.
gonna say the black people. I forgot the name of it, but like it's like Get Down.
Oh, the Get Down was
The
one,
Get Down.
but it
Get Down
got
was
canceled
really
so
good,
quick.
And then they have Dear White People.
Oh, dear white
Yeah.
people.
But that was college. Somebody chair moving the thing, y'all. Y'all got
Oh,
the
my
noise.
bad.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's
Um,
All American has their spinoff of when she goes to
College.
college
Oh,
in Atlanta.
Homecoming.
Oh,
Yeah,
Homecoming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, but does that count? Because that's college now, as far as like
Yeah,
teen.
it is
You know what I
college.
mean?
Like
Teen.
young, yeah,
young. Bel
you're right,
Air
you're
is it, and Bel Air. That's it, huh? For us and
Well,
All American.
Bel
Does
Air
that
wasn't
even
hitting
count?
for me.
Yeah.
Sister.
I mean, but those are older. I'm saying now
Oh,
there's
like
not a
new,
lot of
new,
African American teen shows. I don't even know. Can you count All American as an African American teen show? I mean, there's African
Yeah, they
American
were in high
characters.
school.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I mean, didn't he start off?
They were in high school
Yeah,
for
I
5
never
seasons.
watched All American, so I didn't know what all the characters. I didn't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
if the
yeah.
mass of the show was just
Yes,
okay.
the main characters are in high
Okay,
school for
so-
5 seasons.
So that's All American and Bel Air are like all we have
Of,
kind of
yeah,
right
like
now.
current, right? Yeah.
Jeez, can you fix that,
I'd be down to.
please?
I'd be down to. You
All
know?
right, we need something. All right, here. Mine's very, 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 very easy here. Glee. I don't know why nobody.
I was
picked
gonna
Glee.
say Glee too, but I ran out of
Okay,
room.
I love
it's an
me some
honorable
Glee.
mention.
Oh,
Glee.
fine.
All right,
Glee
y'all
was-
tripping.
Glee, especially like you be in a theater.
Come on.
You went to an art
That's
school.
what I'm saying. What? You
It's
didn't
like-
watch Glee?
I haven't seen Glee. No, my best friend is
It will-
obsessed with Glee.
It will.
Which
it
one?
will make you a
Darcy?
No. My friend Jalen, like he loves Glee. He loves The Fosters too.
Yeah,
you
the
know
Fosters
that.
is a show, a teen joint.
Yeah. That type of vibe. So I don't know. I never got into it because I was like, I'm filled in anyway.
Okay.
You know.
Glee's me, Stranger Things always, Fresh Prince, Wednesday, and it was another one. I wish this show didn't get canceled. Okay, Julie and the Phantoms.
Okay.
Y'all know nothing about that, all right? Julie and the
It got
Phantoms. The
canceled for a
songs,
reason.
Kenny or no. Kenny Ortega, all right, phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, he brings the hits. The songs were fire. Okay. No? It's over here? Oh, I thought you pulled
Yeah,
it
no,
up.
I'm directing you at the clock.
Yeah. I just want those would be mine. I love those. Gabby, I wanted to ask you, being a child star, the pressures of it,
Right.
the issues that come with it. How will you explain someone else who wants to come into your shoes how to navigate that? Because everyone doesn't have a dope mom and family like you do. Who are as supportive, who will just pick you up and relocate you and make sure that they help with everything. Because you're a kid, you can't do everything. You know, they have
Right,
to. They
yeah.
have to do everything for you while you focus on your craft. And then at that age, how do you tell others that to navigate that world and that realm?
I'd say something that I wish I knew when I was a kid was the sacrifices that come with it, because you don't get to be a normal kid, which I didn't want to be. This was what I wanted to do, so I don't feel like I missed out on anything. But I just wasn't aware of that, right? Like Beyonce talks about not being able to go to her prom. I didn't go to my prom.
Did you get to go to high school?
No, I didn't get to go to high school. I was homeschooled because I was on set all the time. Like, there was no way that I could go to normal high school. So there's a multitude of sacrifices that you have to be willing to make. You know, you're not going to be able to go to every birthday party because you have to be up in the morning at 7 o'clock and be on set at 7:30, and you have to be working 9.5 hours, and you have to know your stuff, and you have to be able to carry this job because it's a job. You know, you're making people money. You are making yourself money.
Right.
Like, it's not a joke. And that's something that I wish I knew earlier on. I got it pretty quickly, but the sacrifices that you make, you have to make sure that this is really, really what you want to do, because you're going to miss out on a lot of life. You know, I didn't have a high school experience. My high school experience was the fake lockers on set, you know, in the lunchroom where, you know, there's no fourth wall. Like, there's these 3 little fake walls and there's cameras out there. So it's like, I didn't have a problem with that. Like, that was what I wanted to do, and that I would never trade that for anything in the world. But you have to make sure that this is really what you want to do and be willing to make those sacrifices. And as far as like personal things, you're going to lose a lot of friends too, because they're not going to understand the drive and the ambition. Because, you know, when I started out, people were like, "Oh, that's cute. She's doing the little acting thing. She'll come back home."
No.
And then I didn't come back home, and it's like all of a sudden I don't have the same friends that I had growing up, or, you know, you're not hearing from people the same way, or different people are coming out of the woodwork like, "Oh yeah, I'm your cousin." Like, okay, where were you at grandma's house?
That happens? So that really happens.
1,000,000%. Which is fine, you know.
Yeah.
But you just have to understand that your life will change. You will go through a period of isolation where it's like, oh, well, am I doing the right thing? Like, nobody really understands what I'm doing. Like, they think it's just for fun. Like, they don't get that this is a real job. Family is not going to understand.
Really? So there was never a moment that you sat down and when you were with your family, you were with mom, and y'all had this heart to heart, and it was like, look,
Oh,
I
my
don't
parents
know.
totally understand, but like extended family, like
they're not
aunts,
gonna understand.
uncles, grandma, grandpa, like they're just not gonna. They may not get it if that's not the world that you come from, you know. And you have to be willing to be the black sheep of the family, and that's just a sacrifice that comes with it. That doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. That just means that you're the first in your family to do something. You know. So those are a couple things that I would say to a young actor who's just getting into it. Like, you have to understand the sacrifices that come with it, and make sure that this is really what you want to do. You know, make sure that it's fulfilling your soul.
And I just feel like was that tough for you at that age to understand that, like, look, this is it. Did they help you grasp that, like, look, if you want to do this, we're gonna have to go all in?
My mom always gave me a way out.
Really?
You know, if there was ever a time where I felt like, because you have to understand, like, both of my parents, this wasn't their plan for me. You know, we started doing this because it was fun for me. Nice. So whenever it didn't become fun, wherever I wasn't enjoying myself, both my parents were always like, you know, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. We can go home if you want to. Like, we don't have to. This isn't what you have to do. But they've always been super supportive in the sense of, like, yeah, I will drive you to this last minute audition, even though we're in the middle of lunch. I've got your clothes in the back of the car. Like, we're going to go do this. They've always been the biggest champion in that sense.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really rare. That's really lucky.
Yeah, very blessed.
Yeah,
very
your family
blessed.
is like that, though, too. They are very outstanding and very supportive of you.
My family's cool.
Okay.
You know my family.
Yeah,
you know my family pretty well.
They're great. Okay, you know what? Getting up out of here, Nate, let us know where everybody can find you.
Oh, like...
Yeah, social media. Get a whole razzle dazzle.
You can find me at Naomi. That's Nayhomie.
Naomi.
Click that follow.
Amberlyn, let them know.
You can find me at I'm a Threat Sumi, IMATHREATSUEME.
All right, we got
On
that.
Instagram.
Okay,
We'll put it on
okay.
the screen.
Yeah, we'll put it on the screen. Gabby, let us
Thank
know what
you.
you have coming up next and where we can find you, etc.
Yeah, so
Malfunction. Leave it down now.
At
I'm
least
sorry.
we're at the end.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna wrap it up real quick. You can watch season 2 of Gremlins: The Wild Batch on HBO Max October 3rd.
Nice.
Yeah.
Episodes of Monster High are streaming now.
Nice.
You can rewatch That Girl Lele on Netflix. And as far as social media, you can follow me everywhere at Gabrielle Nevaeh.
And she uses social media a lot. She's on it.
I do, yeah. And a clothing brand, real quick.
Oh, no.
The House of G&G launched about a month ago. We're a sustainable
fire.
clothing brand that gives back to the arts. So
yes.
you can
Oh,
follow
yeah.
us at the House of G&G.
That's dope. Whose idea was that?
That was
You?
mine.
Look
Yeah.
at-
Yeah. We have to get into that next time.
Oh
We'll talk
yeah,
about
for
it.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to know about that. Well, listen, y'all. Thank y'all coming for so much. You know what I mean? We know you got to get up out of here. Movies and Models, episode 14. Always a pleasure to be more. You got something to say?
No, I'm good. That was great.
Okay, all right then. We up out of here.